Hi, we are Group 19 and my name is Shireen. In this presentation, we are going to talk about the apple policy in Yan'an. In 2023, Yan'an's apple planting area exceeded 3.32 million mu, with a production of 4.64 million tons. The output from fresh fruits stood at 25.91 billion yuan, and that of the whole industrial chain reached 50.67 billion yuan. How did Yan'an achieve such success? Yan'an City and Northwest A&F University cooperate to establish Yan'an Luochuan Apple Experiment Station to study and optimize the industrial chain. And the experiment station has bred and collected over 500 superior varieties and introduced more than 200 foreign varieties. New varieties such as Qin Ruixue, and Venus Gold have been rapidly promoted in Yan'an. Besides, the 3332 dense planting model for orchard management is widely promoted to improve fruit quality. There are around 170 mu of apples planted using this model. Drip irrigation systems, solar pest control lamps, and hail protection nets are also fully equipped in the orchards. For post-harvest handling and sorting, Yan'an has built 40 demonstration sites for apple intelligent sorting and cold storage. The sorting line can quickly sort apples based on their criteria, and Yan'an has sorted 117,000 tons of apples, with a post-harvest precision processing capacity of 29.3%. With the cold storage facilities, apples can be sold year-round from domestic to global. And Yan'an has nearly 30 food processing enterprises, with a capacity to process around 600,000 tons of apples annually, turning raw materials into refined products. The government also provides financial support and subsidies. For fully automated hail protection nets installed in orchards, farmers can receive a subsidy of 4,000 yuan per mu. And there is an apple-specific insurance to protect farmers against natural disasters. And Zhang Zhixue is one of the successful cases from this project.
Thank you. I'm Nicole, and I'm going to talk about the positive impacts of the policy on citizens and country. And here are some examples. This policy aims to strengthen the apple industry, providing reliable income to local farmers and some supporting businesses like fertilizer suppliers, equipment manufacturers, and food processing industry. According to China News, the industry output value reached over 50 billion in 2024. By increasing the income, citizens can afford a higher quality resources that positively impact their health, enabling them to make a healthier food choices. Xinhua News Agency reported that many were unable to access enough food and nutrients before this policy. It also allows citizens to seek quality healthcare services and purchase insurance, improving and protecting their health, living conditions, and personal development. Moreover, reduced financial stresses can also enhance mental well-being of the citizens, as study shows that economic insecurity often negatively affect mental health of humans. Beyond direct benefits, the policy boosts the country's reputations and public funds. It has created nearly 1 million job opportunity in farming, packaging, and transportations and logistic sectors, contributing to GDP growth and enhancing Yan'an's image. This growth allows more apple product to be exported to other countries like Vietnam and Russia, increasing community profits, so more resources can be invested into the healthcare system for improvement. Yan'an is also becoming a tourist destination, attracting visitors who are interested in agricultural tourists and ecotourists, and some activities like food picking. This influx boosts the local economy and raises awareness of Yan'an's natural landscape, promoting environmentally friendly habits that improving the living conditions of the citizens. Additionally, the policy ensures more affordable, healthier food choices, providing citizens with fresh, nutrient-rich local apple, and food quality is also monitored and standardized. further contributing to health and well-being of citizens in Yan'an. Next, I'm going to pass the mic to Kimi. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm Tianmen Kimi. While this policy has brought economic growth to Yan'an's apple industry, we also need to consider how it affects people's mental health and social well-being. Beyond financial outcomes, it is important to ask that, are farmers feeling supported or are they under pressure? First, the policy pushes farmers to meet high-end market standards, requiring constant upgrade in cold storage, technology, and product quality. Most smallholders rely on apples as their only income, so when extreme weather strikes, like the 30% harvest loss due to frost damage in Luochuan in 2021, it causes serious anxiety. There is an apple-specific insurance, but not everyone can access it. Some farmers are left out due to the cost of the complicated applications. Many farmers are still experience financial shocks and long-term stress. The policy also favors large and cooperative farms. These farms are more efficient and can afford to adopt new technology, but smallholders face higher costs and lower productivity, which makes it hard for them to meet the same expectation. As a result, small-scale farmers feel left behind, facing more financial and mental pressure. Another issue is labor. In many rural areas, over 50% of all current workers are aged 50 and above. Young people are leaving for the cities, so elderly farmers are left to manage the physical labor on their own. The policy focuses on increasing production, but it does not offer tools or support designed for aging farmers. This puts extra physical and emotional strain on older people who often have no help. Finally, all of this pressure add up. Older people often work without family or community support. Mental health is not part of the policy. There's no service to support aging, rural care, or stress-related health. This leads to emotional isolation, burnout, and raising mental health risks. Now, I will pass the time to Nicole to talk about the policy development and the implementation.
Although there are some potential negative impacts and challenges faced, the government tried their best to tackle the problems. Due to the time limit, we have chose three main parts to discuss today. Firstly, the policy can bring much more profit sustainably in long-term aspect. Besides, for the diversification, it is not just focusing on Apple, but also refined products and generating huge advantages to different business sectors. Finally, for the extreme weather, the government also act rapidly, aims to strengthen the establishment of weather protection mechanism for the Apple industry and improve weather service and technology system, so as to reduce loss of the farming product by implementing national agricultural climate resource survey and zoning pilot work.
So moving on to this session, I'm going to evaluate the Apple policy by using the HIAP assessment framework. The first part of the evaluation is the intersectional collaboration between different sectors, such as financial sectors, local government bodies, so as to improve the health and well-being of the population. In this policy, collaboration is widely used, and I'm going to mention two different examples. The first example will be the collaboration between the research department, which is an university, and the local government body. They set up sports for developing foreign species of apples, which will increase the value of the apples and meanwhile increase the income of the agricultural authorities. And yet, it can help to improve the physical health of the farmers, like they can more affordable for seeking medical services, as well as improvement for mental well-being by relieving the stress of economic conditions as this policy improve farmers' income. The second example will be the collaboration between the local government bodies and the financial sectors. They will set up some loans on Apple industry, which is cost about $12 billion. And it is an investment on the Apple industry like agricultural machineries, pesticides, and yet it will decrease the workload of the farmers and reduce the risk of occupational health such as physical injuries or musculoskeletal disorders as well. The second part of the assessment will be the integration of health impact assessment, which is known as HIA. It focuses on the evaluation of the potential health effects positively or negatively of the policy before implementation. Like the good effects of this policy will be the improvement of nutrition or food security. The apple production will be increased and it can enhance the accessibility of the food. The second pros will be the economic benefit to the local farmers. The policy's goals of 50 billion revenue of whole industry could raise income for different population or stakeholders like farmers for improving their ability to afford healthcare. However, there are some negative effects to the population as well, such as the occupational hazards for farmers. And the second one will be the environmental pollution by using the pesticides or fertilizers throughout the process.
The Apple policy impacts class mobilities and education, and these factors align with HIAP equities considerations. The development of the Apple industries has created jobs not only in farming but also in sales and logistics. This allows farmers and their families to explore new economic opportunities. The introduction of Apple-specific insurance and filters reduce the risk of crop failures, providing a safety net for farmers. This can boost long-term investment in education. However, the policy may also lead to unequal access to resources, as larger-scale enterprises may have better access to resources, and this will worsen existing class disparities. As for the positive impacts on education, increased outcomes from the Apple industries allow families to invest in their children's education. This investment can break the cycles of poverty and improve long-term health outcomes. The policy promotes the adoption of high-tech farming methods, such as drought prevention. Farmers must learn this technique, which can improve their skills and knowledge, potentially leading to better job opportunities and higher incomes. However, women farmers may face barriers to accessing education and training, such as cultural norms or caregiving responsibilities. This can limit their ability to benefit from the policy and improve their socio-economic status. From the HIAP framework, improvement in class mobilities and education can have pros and cons on health outcomes. As for the pros, the policy improved the health literacies of Shanxi rural areas, and this allowed them to make more informed decisions about their health. Also, educated parents are more likely to invest in their children's health and education, creating a positive cycle of improved well-being across generations. As for the cons, the policy may lead to over-reliance on a single industry and cause economic vulnerabilities and further poor health outcomes. Also, as the policy mainly focuses on agricultural training and the lack of the focus of formal education. The limited access to formal education can hinder long-term economic mobilities and further health outcomes.
The suggestion part. The first one will be the labor protection. We found out that there are insufficient protections to the laborers, such as the occupational safety centers can be used for farmers to reduce their physical health risk. The second suggestion we would like to bring out is the mental health support, addressing stress among farmers due to the market volatility or other climate risks through the rural counseling services. And the third suggestion we would like to talk about is the strengthening of health impact assessment, evaluating pesticide use, soil health, and occupational risks such as pesticide exposure before actions implementation. These evaluation can be done and lets the government knows how the policy affecting negatively to the farmers or other population health, and rooms of improvement can be more done throughout the process by setting more policy or more actions to this policy. To conclude, this policy brings economic benefits and physical health to the societies, like local farmers' businesses, and it has been a success throughout the years. It matched HIAP framework of WHO by collaboration between different sectors and equity considerations as well. Rooms of improvement can be done to enhance a better ecological and social equity while balancing the economic growth. This policy can be used as a model for other agricultural regions in China or global. And here are our references rules used in this policy. And this is the end of our presentation. Moving on is the Q&A session. Thank you.